Well, I think violence is any abuse against any woman. It could be abusive, it could be physical, it could be even silence. So any form of abuse against women is not encouraged. Some of the cause has to do with the present situation of the country. Everybody is tense. Most importantly, I think it's due to lack of communication between the couple. People don't communicate their feelings. People hide and wait till everything gets to the end when they cannot tolerate and they just burst out. And some women too has something to bear about it. You know, the way they talk to their husband, uh, the way they came equality with their husband, the way they don't submit to a husband, and maybe a lot of demand on the man who cause it. But notwithstanding, the man also has a lot of things to do with it, with this. No man should raise their hand against any woman. It's forbidden, but it's happening because the man maybe has a lot of temper, and if you cannot control your temper, it's very bad when it comes to the woman. And I think what we really need to do is to promote more of communication between husband and wife. Talk about your feelings, express your feelings, and let's be a little bit tolerant and also be forgiving. It's very, very important. You've come out as a couple. Nobody, no marriage is perfect, but you have to tolerate each other. You have to make your marriage not a marriage of tolerance, but a marriage of living and enjoyment. Not a marriage that you have to endure. Make it an enjoyable marriage. And how to do it? Talk to each other, tolerate each other, forgive each other, and do a lot of more open communication about what is happening in the family. And don't let the outside person come in. The third party sometimes it's a problem. And sometimes the extended family is a problem. I mean, mother-in-law, so I won't say mother-in-laws, but some mother-in-laws could be a problem. But I think that if the husband and wife can communicate, hold on to each other, trust each other, believe in each other, abuse will be reduced a lot.
Well, domestic violence to me is in various forms. There is physical abuse, there is emotional abuse, but the one that many of us concentrate more is on physical abuse. And it could be verbal, it could be attacks and all those things. So, well, it's something that I can say should be discouraged because a home or a relationship supposed to be where somebody should find peace. But when it becomes toxic and violent, I think the person should either leave, separate, but the person should not be advised in any way to condone abuse, and they should be discouraged by everyone, no matter the offense the person commits. Because some people will say, "Oh, do you know what she has done that warrants the abuse or this and that?" But I believe that nothing anybody does that deserves or warrants physical abuse in any way. Well, I've never abused anyone because personally, it's not about what I've already trained myself over the years to know that is my reaction is not controlled by what another person does. There are some things I have done, but there are some decisions I have taken. The way I relate with people, the way I deal with people. Sometimes you walk away, sometimes you caution yourself, sometimes you ignore some things. But if it gets to a state of abusing the other person, then you yourself has an issue to deal with by yourself, because everyone has the right to control himself. Well, I will not I encourage anyone to stay in abuse, because most of the time the issue about okay, let me take it now, religious Christian faith, saying that God hates divorce or whatever. In the area of person suffering abuse in a relationship or in marriage, to be precise, the separation is not automatic divorce. The person can separate, but not yet divorce. When there is separation, they can work on the other person, work on the relationship, find out what is causing the abuse. If they are able to resolve and reconcile, they can come back together. But if in the process the issue that is bringing the abuse is not dealt with, I think the person should leave the relationship. Because when you are there saying that you don't want to leave because of what people will say, or because of your children, or because what if the person now dies, the people you are afraid of leaving because of them will still live. So it's better you live than be dead.
In Nigeria, we can see that so many people molest ladies, even the teenagers. But to God be the glory that churches, we believe to tell them the truth. Even in their manual, they write so many things there that talk about violence. So these children, we have trained them in parishes what we call violence, so that nobody should tell them, can I see, they have name for maybe breast, bum bum. So but you call it the name they are bearing as a parent, so that if anybody call it another name outside there, they were able to say no, this is my breast and it's for Christ, you are not supposed to touch. Your bum bum is for God, is God temple in your body. So you don't allow any man or your neighbor or even your relative. We can see that so many violence that happen comes from relatives, because parents will go to work, they will leave their children at home and in care of brother or cousin or aunty, but before you know it, so many things will be happening. But we are thanking God, because we believe that it will be called that people, what they are hearing, they will able to do better as a parent, and as a housemaid, they will the parent will able to monitor them, so that it won't be occurring as it's occurring before. But how to stop it? By announcing, by by letting people know what it can cause in our environment, and what it can come out like unwanted pregnancy out of it. So people are changing. To me, I believe it's calm down now, because people are really facing the truth. So how to curb it is that we should make sure that we are still persuading people and let them know the truth about violence. Mostly for women, I pray we will not marry wrongly. As soon as somebody marry wrongly and you see violence, maybe they are fighting. We can see one of our musician Ekwueme that die of recent through the husband. If we see anybody that is fighting a woman, we should just Bible didn't say we should divorce, because once you divorce you will remain single for life. That's my Bible, that's what my Bible told me. But what we can do, we can separate them. When you separate them, let the husband go and live maybe for 3 months, let the wife go and live for 3 months. When they know that, I know they will come to their senses. So through this, we won't see maybe somebody die, we will not hear that. Then we will not hear that, you don't see that woman, so this is what happened to her. It has become record, but it won't happen again.